we are covering two critical mandatory provisions for the health insurance exam: the entire contract clause and the time limit on certain defenses, which is often called the incontestability clause. Let's start with the entire contract provision. This is a straightforward but frequently tested concept. The rule states that the insurance policy, plus a copy of the signed application and any attached riders or amendments, form the complete and entire contract between the insurer and the policy owner. The exam will test this by presenting a scenario where an agent makes a verbal promise or refers to a company brochure that contradicts the policy language. Remember, if it's not in the written contract, it's not part of the deal. The entire contract provision protects the policyholder from the insurer trying to use external documents to deny a claim. And it also prevents the agent from altering the policy with verbal agreements. No agent has the authority to change the policy or waive any of its provisions. Any changes must be made through a formal rider or endorsement signed by an authorized officer of the insurance company. Imagine an exam question where an applicant is told by their agent that a specific experimental surgery will be covered. However, the policy explicitly excludes it. When the claim is denied, the policyholder sues, citing the agent's promise. The insurer will win because the written policy under the entire contract clause is the final word. Now let's move to the time limit on certain defenses. This provision is essentially the health insurance version of the incontestability clause you see in life insurance. It sets a time limit, typically 2 years from the policy's issue date, during which the insurer can challenge the validity of the policy or deny a claim based on misstatements made on the application. After this 2-year period, the policy becomes incontestable. The insurer cannot void the policy or deny a claim for a pre-existing condition based on an application misstatement, unless that misstatement was fraudulent. Here's a major exam trap. A question will describe a situation where an applicant failed to disclose a health condition on their application. 3 years later, they file a claim related to that very condition. The exam will ask if the insurer can deny the claim. Because it's past the 2-year mark, the insurer cannot deny the claim based on the initial misstatement, assuming it wasn't fraudulent. The key is the timing. If the discovery happens within the first 2 years, the insurer can contest it. After 2 years, they generally cannot. Fraudulent misstatements are the major exception. Fraud is an intentional act to deceive the insurer. Even after the 2-year period, if the insurer can prove fraud, they may be able to contest the policy or claim. Consider another question where an applicant forgets to mention they were treated for high blood pressure 5 years ago. It's a simple oversight, not fraud. 4 years into the policy, they have a heart attack. The insurer, while processing the claim, discovers the old medical records. They cannot deny the claim or cancel the policy because the 2-year time limit on certain defenses has passed. The policy is incontestable for this non-fraudulent misstatement. Here's a simple way to remember these two provisions. Think of entire contract as what you see is what you get. The contract is the entire paper document, nothing more. For time limit on certain defenses, remember the phrase, 2 years to tell the truth. The insurer has a 2-year window to find any innocent mistakes on the application. After that, the window closes for everything except proven fraud. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.